quick ones in English. Sorry if you have to repeat.
No worries, no worries.
Can you just walk us through the final exchange there where you're able to set up the finish with the head kick?
He was pressing me the whole time. He was a very composed and powerful fighter. I could feel his presence at all times. I could tell that he didn't really want to set big things up. He just wanted to throw powerful things down the pipe, like down my way. And he was just following me. So we tried to run him into a few different strikes, and he was kind of moving his head out of position a few times when we threw the two. And honestly, man, it's just instinctual. It's stuff that we've drilled, and it just happened. I threw the two, and the kick went right after that. And that's just like a childhood drill that I've done since I was a kid, and it just happened. So instinct just took place.
The commentary team mentioned a couple times before, during, after the fight that you were the biggest betting underdog heading into this fight. Is that something that you pay attention to? Or if you don't and you hear about it, would you use that as extra motivation?
I don't really listen to other people, man. To be honest with you, I love what I do, and I've dedicated my life to this. There's not many people that have dedicated their life to this. Most people that make odds don't know what they're talking about. So they have thoughts that could, maybe it's kind of true, maybe it's not. No one knows my journey, and until you see me fight maybe 4 or 5 more times, maybe then you can start getting a hold of who I am as a fighter. But at the moment, I'm a nobody. People don't know who I am, so they can think and say what they want. It's not going to affect me.
As the more experienced fighter, we just talked about you being the biggest underdog. You're coming in against a younger guy, undefeated. Is this win any more satisfying knowing that you were counted out and then you come in and take this guy 0?
Sure. For me, every fight for me is an important fight. I put my heart and my soul in camp. So yeah, he's a younger dude. People, it does feel nice because people are like, man, you're old. Hey, man, he's undefeated. Hey, you just lost your... I'm like, okay. So, sure, that does feel good to be able to kind of be like, hey, man, like, maybe don't speak if you don't know what you're talking about.
How soon do you want to get back in there?
I want a little bit of recovery, and then, I'm going to get back to training as soon as I get back home. So, we'll see. We'll see what my manager has in store and what we can, maybe in a few months, come back in.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
Just because you said it. Do you get that comment that you're old? Do you get that? Do you ever feel that? Do guys in the gym rib you, or is that, where does that come up?
Not at all, guys in the gym. It's more like social media and people that just they have a certain age in their head, and I'm just starting off in the UFC, so they're like they tend to have a more negative outlook. But I'm in a really good spot physically, mentally. I think I've only gotten better, and I treat my body well. 2 beers a night really helps you, get to your optimal level. So.
We need more fighters saying that 2 beers a night is a good thing. Then the majority of us would feel.
Hey man, I do a shot of whiskey fight week on ice, so that's just for everybody. It's a good diet.
Any particular type of whiskey?
Man, I just keep it super, super basic. We'll do some Bullet Rye, and that's just Bullet Rye on ice is all I really need.
Well, that's solid. That's a solid choice.
Hey, Bullet.
I had to give you a chance to get that in there.
I appreciate that.
Well, I guess just, how's your head feeling now? You're back on the winning column. It's got to feel good. It's got to make all this time and effort that you put in the sport feel good to get back on the winning ways.
Sure. Whether it's win or lose, it's always the journey of the camp and of training and getting better. I felt myself get better. This camp, I knew I got better. So now it's just a matter of showing it. So it's definitely a good moment. It's definitely a moment that I can savor, but it's also something that I don't want to dwell on. It's something that I want to just, okay, well, cool, that went really well. I'm ready to get back and get better. So next time you see me, you'll see an even better version of the person you saw tonight.
And one last one. Like you said, with the age, it's just the way that you feel. You feel great. There might be other older guys that are wanting to get in the sport. What would you say to the people that maybe somebody tells them, oh, you're too old to get in the sport? What would you say to some of the guys, maybe even their late 20s, early 30s, that want to get in the sport and that are already getting told they're too old? What would you tell those particular guys?
I would say anything's possible. I would say you really have to be aware of how to train. You would have to find the right place to train. I don't train like a 20-year-old. I train a lot. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not training to destroy everybody who's in front of me. There's a lot of skill development. I'm with a really good team who helps me learn how to train and learn the strategy. So again, I think being older has helped me because I'm a little bit more intellectual when it comes to how I approach the game versus when I was in my 20s, I would really rely on athleticism and just power. So if they were older, I would say, hey, you know, we have to learn a specific way in order to really I would say take advantage of your mind and your body where it's at that moment.
That's awesome. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you much.